Peace in, peeps! What big pile of shift are we going to dig into today? I'm Steph, and welcome to Steph's Shift Show, the place where headlines meet the heart, where heroes remind us what's possible. Here we uncover hidden biases, call out broken systems, and shine light on bold solutions. Because shifting the conversation is how we build better people, stronger communities, and lasting personal peace. Peace in, peeps. I'm Steph. Welcome to another episode of Steph's Shift Show. Thank you for joining me today when we're going to dive into another four-letter word, the four-letter word that might be stopping us before we even start. We are here to discover and uncover what might be poisoning us in our lives and maybe hidden biases, broken systems, and limiting beliefs. So today, what's Steph's four-letter word that's stopping us before we even start? I mean, you guys, life is hard, right? Parenting is hard. Looking for a new job, figuring out finances, whatever, like it's hard. Or is it? Today we're going to shift our mindset around the word hard. Who told us that? Where did it come from? Why does it matter? Is it even right? So let's dig in a little to the word hard. It's literally the soundtrack of modern life. You know, we just say it so casually and so often. We tell others that things are hard. I do it. I'm pretty sure you probably do it. We hear it and see it and read it everywhere. You might have tuned into a podcast. You might have read something. You surely have had people tell you, and you've heard in all kinds of places and spaces that things are hard. And I wonder, what do you do with that? How is that impacting you? Are you believing it? Is it true? So, you know, when we say this is hard, what we have just told our brain, what our brain hears is this isn't for me. I'm not built for this. I should probably quit now. I'm going to experience difficulty. Hard is not a fact. Hard is a choice. Stay with me. Okay. By the end of this episode, you're going to have a new word. You're going to have an opportunity to shift from yuck and over to yay around the word hard. And I really want us to dig into this because language programs our reality. If I tell my brain that life is hard, it believes me. Okay? And that's not a neutral observation when I tell myself or I ingest the message of divorce is hard. Starting a podcast is hard. Our brain hears this is a threat assessment. This is difficult. This is danger. I might fail. So it's not a neutral assessment, right? Like this is literally a threat assessment. And then it activates our stress response, right? Our heart rate increases. We, take shallower breaths. We're not thinking creatively or trying to focus on curiosity to problem solve. No. Our survival instincts take over. We have a stress response. So now let's contrast that with a different word. New. When you say, this is new, your brain hears something completely different. And it hears, this is unknown. This is unexpected. This is an opportunity to learn. And what your brain does with that is activates your curiosity response. And I've shared on my show, and if you haven't heard, there are 5 critical human skills to thriving, and dare I say surviving, in this era of AI and exponential technologies. There's a lot of unknowns. So curiosity being triggered by us replacing that this is hard with this is new, our brain helps us respond with curiosity. So we lean in instead of pulling back. Instead of danger, difficult, I might fail, it's unknown, unexpected, opportunity to learn. Same situation, different word, completely different neurological response, right? So this is not just semantics. There is neuroscience. Studies on stress mindset show when we do reframe stress as enhancing rather than damaging, we perform better. We recover faster. We think more strategically. We act more strategically and intentionally, and we experience less burnout. The language we use doesn't just describe our reality, it creates it. So, life is hard. Your brain just heard that. It responded with stress response, and it said, okay, she believes life is hard. That's reality. That will be her reality. Have you thought about it this way? What have you been told lately is hard? What do you, by default, just say or believe is hard? Finding a new job is hard. What if it's new? What if it's an opportunity? What if you go learn some new skills? What if you take some new courses? What if you knock on some doors of companies you always loved to work for, but you just never had the guts to reach out and go do? What if you start a podcast or some new business? Hard by choice. When you say it and choose it, you may be creating that reality. So think about that. Many times we've called something hard when what we really mean is it's unfamiliar, it's unpracticed, it's uncomfortable. Let's be honest. And that creates resistance, right? So here's the question. How many times have you called something hard? Let's be honest. We've all done it. We probably default to it. Your junior year is hard. Divorce is hard. Sobriety is hard. Working out in the morning is hard. Whatever it is. We all have claimed it. And I really want us to realize that a lot of it is just our limiting beliefs and kind of broken systems. We might have caught that. It wasn't taught to us, but man, we caught that from someone, that parenting's hard. Okay, so let's talk about that. Who first told you whatever this is that you're going through is hard? Was it a teacher that said, junior year is hard? Was it a parent that said, marriage is hard? Was it a friend who said, starting a business is hard? Was it culture that glorifies struggle and suffering as a proof of worthiness? I'm giving intentional pauses today because I see this so much and I see the impact, especially on young lives. So I love working with late in high school, going into college, college age, young adults. They're our next generation of VIPs. And the limited beliefs and biases and broken systems that have gone into these young people, yes, from us as parents, yes, from us as society. Why are we telling them everything's hard? Is that helpful? Can we reframe it? And how do we know for them that college is hard or that their junior year in high school is hard? I don't get to put that onto them. So let's think and be intentional about the words we choose and the way our body and our brain responds. Because again, if we believe it's hard, if we say it's hard, it's going to believe it's hard. That is our reality now. So I don't know about you, but I'm here to create days with more yays and less yucks. I believe every single day can be full of fun and laughter and joy and opportunity and learn and growth. And if I tell myself that everything's hard and I live in stress response, I'm really killing the opportunity to grow and to be curious and to be creative. So think about who did say that. Maybe you heard it on a podcast. You read it somewhere. Maybe you've studied that. Maybe literally it's in writing that something is hard. I see it everywhere. I'm sure you do as well. But let's think about ourselves when we were teeny tiny and we learned to walk. Do you walk? I can walk. I also can speak the English language. At any point, someone could tell you that learning to walk is hard. But you know what? At 12 months old, no one told me that. So I'm sure I pulled up, I took steps, I fall. Right? You've had kids maybe? If you've had that opportunity, what do? They pull up and they take a step and they fall. They pull up and they fall. They take a couple steps and they fall. Like they just keep trying. Even though learning to walk takes a lot of parts in our system to learn balance and coordination and movement. But we didn't tell them it was hard. So we all just kept trying and falling and failing and falling and trying and trying. And then guess what? I can walk. I can talk. And I bring this up because somewhere along the way of life, we learned to replace curiosity, how to conquer something, how to learn something, with complaint. Think about it. Does that resonate? Is that maybe going to help you with your shift when you're thinking about how often you're using the word hard, how you're putting that into your own life or the lives of others? We learn to see struggle as a sign we're doing something wrong instead of a sign that we're doing something new. And that's yuck. Okay, so before you call something hard again, ask yourself, is it really hard? Is that true? Do I know? Or is it just new? Is it difficult? Or is it just different? Okay, you can see how that feels and sounds different. So we want to separate the truth from the story, and then we can change. And I want to share a story because I have gone through divorce. My children were part of that. I had children at the time that had to navigate that with in their lives. I have an ex-husband, and everyone tells you divorce is hard. They told my kids divorce is hard. Our church, divorce is hard. I hear it everywhere. What if it's new? We went from a married unit and family unit together to a different situation, a new chapter. And I am so grateful and thankful that on my own personal growth and development journey that is ongoing, the choice of my ex-husband, the mindset that we had around this is new and we're going to be intentional to not make it hard or ugly or unpleasant, we can still love and respect and support and understand one another, all of us, despite choosing a divorce. And my children have shared back to me how they have found that their relationship with their dad and their mom, myself, has really created a new opportunity, an opportunity to know me as a person, to spend time with just mom, because I'm not attached to another adult all the time. It's not mom and dad and kids. So my children found that in the experience of us going through divorce, there really was a great opportunity and a connection that is unique from some of the other kids that they know that haven't had that opportunity per se. And so, yeah, that language of divorce is hard. I wasn't going to buy into it. It is what it is. It's happening. And now what am I going to create from it? I'm going to create freaking amazing memories with my children. I'm going to be intentional as a mom because I've got maybe a week without any kids now. So I've got a week that I can pour my love and energy and effort into maybe new hobbies, new businesses, new opportunities, take care of myself, take care of others. So I just want to give that conversation out there and my perspective and my kids' feedback to their dad and I about divorce of like, you know, we're really grateful that you guys really stepped up and you chose, like, neither one of you wallowed in like it's hard. We stepped up. We made it fun. We encouraged them. We inspired them. We created a unique experience that was new. And instead of choosing difficult, we chose different. And instead of hard, we chose new. And we created better connection because of it. So let's think about shifting and reframing from hard to new. And here's 3 questions I just want you to think about and ask yourself as you navigate. 1, is this actually hard or is it just new? Right? Most of the time we call it hard because it's just unfamiliar. Fair. We're not bad at it. We're just new at it. People, do you remember being new at anything? And you might have just sucked at it, but it's just new. You haven't practiced. Do you need to be perfect at everything? Come on. Question number 2, is it hard or is it just uncomfortable? Are you okay if things are uncomfortable? Do you know how to navigate life if you're just a little uncomfortable? And when you're uncomfortable, can you create more comfort? No one ever died from uncomfortable. That doesn't make it hard. It makes it transformative, you guys. Get curious. Who benefits from me believing this is hard? I mean, me as a person, if it's hard, like, am I giving myself an excuse? Here's where this might get a little spicy for some of you. If I want to cling on to believing it's hard, is it a way that I am protecting myself from the vulnerability of even trying? Maybe. If it's hard, maybe we have an excuse to not do it. Maybe if it's hard, we can quit. without feeling like we failed, because it's hard. So, that's not okay. That's not peace. And that's not your potential. So ask yourself those three questions. Is this actually hard or is it new? Is it hard or is it just uncomfortable? Who benefits from me believing this is hard? Sobriety is hard. Divorce is hard. School's hard. My job's hard. Is it? Or are you just buying into broken, limited beliefs? Are you buying into limiting beliefs? Stop calling it hard. Start calling it new. Okay? It will feel different. Let's try some phrases, okay? Because when we want to hold on to those phrases, lots of times we're going from victim, this is hard, parenting's hard, recovery's hard, whatever. Victim. Oh, I'm part of something and it's hard. Okay? Versus if we shift to something new, victim versus learner. It's new. I'm going to learn. I'm going to grow. I'm going to expand. I'm going to participate. I'm going to show up. I'm going to be intentional. I'm going to get curious. I'm going to get creative. I'm going to learn. Y'all are learners, right? Life learners. We're shifters. That's what we know. All right. And learners, they don't quit. They just get curious. Stay curious. You know that there are 5 critical human skills to thriving and surviving in this era of AI: curiosity and creativity. So, where do those land for you? All right. I want you, for 7 days, I want you to try this challenge. Pay attention to where you see it, hear it, or when you use it. 7 days. Okay? You're going to have fun with this experiment, I think, because you're shifters and you want to create days with more yays and less yucks. First, just notice it, name it, be aware. Second, I want you to name it differently. Every time, like, you say out loud in your head, this is new, instead of this is hard. This is new. This is different. And then I want you to track a yay. So pay attention to your body. Pay attention to how you respond. Pay attention to how that feels. Pay attention to how, instead of it being hard and you feel the stress response and you say, oh, this is new. Like, I mean, obviously I changed the inflectuation in my voice, but that is really what it does to your brain. That's what it's going to do to your body. You're going to go into curiosity mode when something is new. So notice it, name it differently, and give yourself a yay when you replace it, when you shift from hard to new. So here's the big truth. It's not hard. It's just happening. So if life feels hard for you right now, and I understand where that has come from in society to align with you on believing that, I want you to reframe it. It's not hard. It's happening. Committed acceptance. And you're not struggling because you're broken. You're stretching because you're growing. You want to grow? Do you want to have days with more yays and less yucks, or do you want life to be hard? And I believe it, and it's true. Fine. Turn off the episode. Join me another day. But for the rest of us, if we don't want to buy in to the bullshit belief systems, we don't need to take other people's inherited responses or their experiences where maybe they really did make divorce hard You see it everywhere. That is a choice. But you have a choice, and the choice doesn't have to be hard. It can be new. So think through this. Peace does not come by avoiding hard things. Peace comes from renaming them, by getting curious, from seeing them not as obstacles, but as invitations, as opportunity. Invitations to get curious, get creative, and decide how to create your reality. Do you want to believe in the hard, or do you want to believe in the possibility of you and whatever it is you are navigating? So don't say it's hard, say it's new. And watch as your body and as your ripple effect will transform. I'm so grateful you tuned in, and I don't know what the landscape of your life looks like right now or what you're going through. But I know when you get intentional to shift from hard to new to different, you're right. It is new and it is different. And it is something that you get creative and curious to navigate through. So choose. Make good choices, peeps. And I'm going to just say peace in till next time. Thanks for joining us today on Steph's Shift Show. If today's conversation sparked a thought, a laugh, or a shift in perspective, subscribe, leave a review, and share it with your circle. Together, we can shift the story, build better people, and create more personal peace. Peace in, peeps. See you next time.